Welcome back. Week 4, Setting the Edge, brought to you by Bettor Edge, the best place to gamble on sports, peer-to-peer betting. The best way to do it, you can set your own lines. You can buy things from the marketplace. It's always an opportunity to beat the book because you're not betting with a book. You're betting against other people. And let's be honest, most people are not winning bettors. And so most people that are on Bettor Edge are probably not winning bettors. And so you're buying the options, kind of like a stock trade on the other side of them. Check it out. We do competitions there also in addition to the marketplace, not just football, but there's also baseball, basketball, college football, every sport basically. Player props are on there too. It's a great marketplace to get on player props. Just check it out. It's legal in basically every state. So make sure you're checking it out. And we're going to jump into our competition. So what we do each week, it's $10 to join. You pick 5 NFL spreads. It is easy as can be. We've been having around probably like $150 in the pot each week, roughly. And it's been really fun because we've had a lot of people in the competitions this year, usually double what we were doing last year. So it's always fun. Last week, our pacer was Andy. And let me look back at the records. I gotta get into my legal pad here. We're official on this shit. Let's see here. Andy was the pacer, went 3-2, which is respectable.
4-1.
4-1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember they had to go back and regrade.
Yeah, they regraded. Yeah. There was like a 6-way tie, unfortunately.
Okay, 4-1, my fault. So that would put him at 8-5, 8-6-1. Make sure. Hopefully, I didn't mess anybody else's up. Andy's 8-6-1 in the season, 4-1 last week. Ray also went 4-1. Is that correct? As Ray just left.
Ray got so scared of his grade.
4-1, went 9-6 on the season, I believe Ray is. So he's doing well. Best record so far this season. Tony's 10-4-1, went 3-2 last week, so he's off to a hot start. Cooled down a little bit last week, but 60% of winning bet, you're making money there. And then I also went 3-2 last week for 8-7. So we also have a new guest this week. He's in the crowd sometimes. He's jumping on. Sebastian coming to us from the islands. He's an expert on betting. He's going to give us good stuff. We appreciate having Sebastian on. Make sure you follow him at SEBAJAEN39. You can check him out. He's in the pool party doing all kinds of stuff. So what we do, again, 5 picks, 5 spreads. You can get them on competitions and Bettor Edge. It's $10 to join. The pacer this week is not with us because something happened today. We're not going to talk about it. But Ethan is unavailable. He may be preoccupied with other things. I'm not exactly sure. And if you're tuning into this stream because it's on 5 Reasons YouTube and you're expecting to hear anything about it, I hate to disappoint you, but we're not going to talk about anything that happened today besides football. So we're going to jump right into it. The order that we're going to go is Sebastian first, then Ray, then Tony, then Andy, then me, and we will just snake through. And if we have repeat picks, we will talk about them. Just one thing before we get started. Our competition, the prices in there, the spreads in there may be different than the marketplace. Like the line may have changed today if some injury happened. Once we start the competition, the lines don't change. So you might find some value in there if you want, especially if you do this later in the weekend. All right. Sebastian, as the guest, you can go first. Let us know what your first play is.
So my first play will be, I'm going to go a little bit risky here, but it's an international game, Jacksonville versus the Falcons. Those, I believe that international games, they create kind of like a different environment, as you might say, because like different crowd, they're like not used to seeing football all the time. It's perfect for them. Maybe watching games in the States is hard for them because it's like 6-7 hours different. So this crowd is going to be jumping, and I'm going to go here with Jacksonville -3. This is an interesting spread. Jacksonville being 1-2 and Atlanta being 2-1, but still favoring Jacksonville there. And I believe they have a lot of good luck overseas. I still remember that one game. I believe it was 2021 against the Dolphins, which was heartbreaker. Tua led the drive kind of to I think it was tie to win the game, and the Dolphins just shit the bed. So I'm gonna go with Jacksonville as my first pick right there.
Tony?
Yeah. I'm with them. I'm on Jacksonville too, -3. I think that there's a couple things, especially with UK-based games that kind of always win out, man. Defenses travel. That's something that you got to stick on. You got to focus on. Quarterbacks who've been there before tend to perform better. Everything's lining up for Jacksonville here. This was my bet the house special. I think when you're doing travel like this, when you're crossing oceans and you're bringing younger players across that ocean, I'm just going to take the guys who've kind of been there before, who've prepped for it before. Jacksonville's been there. They know what this is going to be like. A lot of the Falcons guys they're star guys, first-year dudes. Don't know what this is, haven't experienced this. I think the line it's very favorable. -3 is what it will be in the States. And I think they get another point or two just because they're traveling like that and they've been there. So Jacksonville -3.
Yeah.
Raymond.
I'm also on this. I mean, what did you say, Tony? Defense travels. I learned that sort of last year, sort of. Somebody's defense traveled, somebody's did not. But look, to Tony's point, like you're bringing Desmond Ridder across the pond, you're bringing Bijan Robinson across the pond, you're bringing Drake London, Kyle Pitts. The list goes on and on. Like it's like, no, I'm sorry. Like it's fine. Like I get it. The Falcons, they're gonna win some games, they're gonna lose some games. They're gonna be middle of the pack team, whatever the hell you want to call it. But I also think that Jacksonville kind of somewhat figures it out. Okay, we'll get it together. At least enough to score like 21 points. It's all it's really going to take in London.
Andy, are you on this?
No, sir.
I thought we had our first full community one besides that.
I ruined it.
Guys, it is official. I have packed my bags and left the Falcons bandwagon. I am off after last week. You know what? I think they're going to be a team that's going to cover spreads, but I don't think it's this week. I'm also on the Jags -3. Interesting thing that we did not note yet is that they're also playing on the Toy Story field. So I don't know how that's going to play out.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. I completely forgot about that.
The most important thing about them playing on the Toy Story field is that Urban Meyer is no longer there, because what would he do on the Toy Story field? He'd be touching all the female dolls, Barbies, and things like that. So that's an important thing that I think we should note is Urban Meyer's not going to be there to touch the Barbie dolls. So, Raymond, you can go next.
Man, use my full name. All right, cool.
Sorry about that. Ray.
Yeah, there you go. Appreciate it. I tell you what, we'll go with, and Sean, you kind of pointed this out. Broncos Bears. I'm taking the Broncos -3. In Sean's words, how bad do you have to be to lose by 70 and then not like you're the favored one? Like, all right, I get it. And look, like to the Broncos credit, and again, preying on Sean Payton's downfall here, like they got boat raced real quick and they quit. And then the Dolphins said, all right, we're just not going to let off the gas until right when we get to the record, which they should have not done. Like, I'm a firm believer, if you don't want people to score points, then play better defense. So, at the same time, I don't think the Broncos are that terrible. I think they are a bad team, but I think they would be like what you would consider to be one of the like the best bad team, if you will. So yeah, good luck, Broncos country ride, all that nonsense. Call me when the Bears fire their offensive coordinator and stop giving DJ Moore these fucking doo-doo head quarterbacks. I'm tired of watching DJ Moore get wasted for nothing. My fantasy team is tired of watching DJ Moore getting wasted for nothing.
Anybody else on the Bears? Sebastian?
No, not on the Bears. I'm on the Broncos.
Ray, you're on the Bears or the Broncos? Did I just misspeak? My bad.
Yeah.
Broncos, yeah.
I'll get it to you. Go ahead, Sebastian.
So I think the same thing as Ray. Like, who is cooking in the Bears? Like, what do they have going on? I have no idea what's going on at the Chicago. I don't know if it's the coaching that's wasting Justin Fields' talent, or does he even have any talent at all? Like, I can't explain myself. Like, this is dumb. Like, this is what's going on at the Chicago right now, like with the type of quarterback that like how he is, I don't know how. I don't think they're like getting him involved in the way they should. So like, I don't expect them to score points at all. Even if the Broncos even just gave up fucking 70 points, they might do the fucking job. Like, Surtain is still a good corner, so they might stop him. They might put the clamps on the Bears, even if they scored 70 and they couldn't put the clamps onto Tyreek, Sean, and Mostert.
Anybody else
I have
on
a
this game?
solution. I'm not on the game, but I have a solution for the Bears and the Broncos' woes. You ready? I think that you take one of those 7 wide receivers with all that talent, you trade him to the Chicago Bears. You do this before the game. You trade one of those wide receivers to the Bears, okay? And Nathaniel Hackett. You trade both of them. You send Justin Fields over to the Broncos. Boom. All of a sudden, we have a winning situation again.
What did Evans say down at the bottom? They need to run a similar, that.
I
mean,
so here's the
they had
difference
it.
between the Bears and the Ravens.
Coaching.
The 5 guys that you see up here right now is the equivalent talent of the 5 guys that play offensive line for the Bears.
That's correct.
The Ravens have 5 guys that are NFL caliber starting left tackle, right tackle, all that nonsensical shit. Like, you're right, but they don't have the line for that. What is it? You don't have the facilities for that, big man.
Is anybody else in this game?
I'm not on it, but I love Broncos -3. I love that pick. Love it.
I thought that too. But I'm not on it, but I do agree with that. I don't know. They're both bad teams, so who knows? Tony, you're up next.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out what to play I like the best next. I might just go stay in the time slot. Give me Minnesota -3.5 over the Carolina Panthers. Here we go again with 2 bad teams, and who's going to be the best of the bad? Minnesota is severely underperforming, haven't even won a game, haven't been able to put together 4 solid quarters of
They got
offense.
Cam Akers, Tony.
I know. They have Justin Jefferson. He scores a touchdown every week, right? Hall of Fame wide receiver. There's enough talent on the Viking side of the ball. The Panthers just plain suck. They're a bad football team on both ends. The Vikings haven't been able to put together 4 solid quarters of execution. They won't need it to beat the Carolina Panthers. That hook is deadly. That 3.5 hook is deadly. It made me think about it a lot. But I do trust this team to win by a touchdown against that inept Carolina Panthers squad. So we'll take that. I like that. Even with the hook, I'll take it.
Anybody else on this game?
I'm borderline still. I still can't decide myself on that, so I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Andy.
Yo. I'm going with the Bet the House special stop tonight. You already know. We're going with easy money. We're already 3-0, but I'll be 4-0. Okay, this is how you get nice things in life. It's not about hustle. It's not about working hard. It's not about crypto. It's about Bet the House special. Bet the House special. Kansas City Chiefs -9.5 points.
Whoa!
-9.5. You can make it -10 if you want. I don't give a damn. Jets are trash. I've been telling y'all since the preseason, since week 0. With Rodgers, without Rodgers, this is easy money. Chiefs going to run up the score, similar to what the Dolphins did. Jets will be lucky to put up 10 points. They can't even run the ball. They're not getting runs. They're not getting passes. They're getting interceptions. That's for sure. They're getting picked off. Mahomes, Kelsey. Now they got the Swifties behind them. That's like
God.
+5 overall.
That's power. That's power. That's 400,000 followers in an hour.
Easy.
Well, look, I asked this question on Twitter, and I'll ask it here to you guys. Who has the better Swift-Kelsey combo, the Chiefs or the Eagles?
Have you seen the holes DeAndre Swift is running through? Ray,
Tony, you're cooking. You're cooking, Tony.
Chiefs, though, because the thing is, the Kelseys are kind of equal, but the Swift on the Chiefs side is a little more powerful than the Swift.
No, look, it's multi-time Grammy award-winning artist or future Hall of Fame's
5 yards per carry. You know what I'm saying?
You know
what I'm saying?
39 all-purpose yards. Like, suddenly this shit it's starting to look real good, man. I'm just saying. I will also say that I'm on this too. Like, look, they're already like every single game since Zach Wilson got inserted unceremoniously back into the lineup, Garrett Wilson has to walk up to him and be like, no. You need to do this. You need to do this. Garrett Wilson is doing Zach Wilson's job. Not only that, you have the third string quarterback trying to throw hands with the running backs coach, the offensive coordinator, whoever the hell it is. Like, you're going to sit here and look me in the face and tell me that this team, like, can put up, like, what? They could barely do anything against the fucking Patriots. Like, at all. How did they score however many points they did? Like, you've got Garrett Wilson in a box. Because Zach Wilson is literally like an epic what he's doing. And I hate it for Zach Wilson. We talked about this. He's a bad quarterback behind a bad fucking line. And he finna get his ass popped. Pause. He finna get whipped on Sunday. Because whatever, this 9.5, what'd you say, 10? You can give me 14 points right here. There's no way.
That's the 49ers line.
Yo, and Robert Salah about to lose that locker room if he keeps starting.
Did you guys happen to see all the names that the Jets brought in to for a tryout?
I didn't.
I'm waiting for them to just trade for Kirk Cousins and get it over.
Two of them were the names that we mentioned. Carson Wentz was there, and I forget the other guy, but they passed on both. Oh, Kobe Brissett.
Matt
Ryan.
So they're getting older. They went with Wentz, then Ryan.
They took Simeon. They took Trevor Simeon.
Look, Favre's not that far behind.
Who will be starting by the second quarter, do we think?
Look, just call the Dolphins and say, look, we'll give you a fourth that turns into a third if he plays more than 60, 70%, whatever the hell you want to call it. Just call him, ask for Mike White back. Just bite the bullet, admit you made a mistake.
You want Mike White? Give me a first. Sorry. So
did you see that touchdown?
You sound like Tony when the Eagles wanted Kamara last year. No, stop.
No, bro, but that's my in-division rival who actually has a good roster minus the QB.
You just said they can't run. They can't do anything.
Because they had 10 in the box, bro. Like, of course they can run.
Yeah, and their line
If I give them a competent QB that could do what he did to Robbie Anderson this weekend, I don't need that competition in my division.
Look, what they need to do is they need to trade for fucking Kirk Cousins. Because that's the guy that's worth a fucking second or a first, whatever. But look, I get it. I would also overcharge them, and I would tell them to eat a dick while I was doing it.
Eat a dick. I was going to say something, but I didn't want to mention another sport, so never mind.
I was just going to say that all this trade talk is starting to make me a little upset. It's too late at night to do all that. So I'm going to move into my next one. It is my second pick, Texans +3. Texans +3 against the Steelers at home. The Texans are actually a decent team. They're not good. Don't get me wrong, but like they're a sneaky team. They throw the ball all over the place. He's looked good, even though he's a rookie. Tank Dell and Nico Collins, those guys are playing well. Damian Pierce. The Steelers, I think, are a good team. They're always well coached. They're always efficient in what they do. They're going to grind out wins. But I think getting points, getting +3, I think I'm going to roll with that. So I went Texans +3 for my second pick.
Steelers at home.
Texans are at home.
That offense is fun, and Steelers are really nasty to watch. Really, really down bad football.
How do we feel about CJ Stroud? Yes, no.
Pretty competent, man.
Good.
Yeah.
Pretty competent.
I in the draft, I like Young better, but in the NFL so far, I'm not seeing it.
I think the difference is CJ Stroud might be, we might say, pretty competent for the next 10 years, but Bryce Young has the opportunity to actually do something with his career.
But he just has nothing around him. I mean, Thielen is like by far the best player. Let me see. Miles Sanders sucks. He's going to get hurt eventually. I'll be right about this.
That's why I have Chuba Hubbard on my bench.
Yeah, me too.
I have the Rams +1 against the Colts. I'm kind of gambling on the fact that maybe Mr. Richardson doesn't play again. I know Minshew's a pretty good backup. I know I was on the Colts last week, I believe. But I'm going Rams. I think they're a good enough team, even though it's on the road. I think that they get it done. So basically, I'm betting on them to win because +1 is really not doing much for me. So going with 2 dogs right here so far.
I'm there with you, buddy. I'm with you. I'm Rams +1 in this. John, do you know how many times the Colts won against the spread as a 1-point favorite last year?
I have absolutely no clue.
Once, and they Can you guess? They were 7 1-point favorites last year. Shows you how bad that team was. Even when they were favored, they were only favored to win by 1 point in 7 games. That's kind of fucking ridiculous when you think about it. This for me is pretty simple. I think the Rams have enough on their defensive line to rip up a really bad Colts offensive line, and that's the only thing I need to look at. I'm with you. I think the Rams win outright. I don't know by how many points, but they win.
All right. That's my second. That's Tony's third. Let's go to Andy. He's only got one so far. Andy, what's your next one?
I'm going with my homie Tony's team. I'm anti-Tony hater today. That means I'm on Tony's side.
Oh, this is nice.
Let's go Philadelphia Eagles -8 against the garbage-ass Commanders. Okay, I love their weapons, but I don't love the QB throwing 4 picks. That's a no-no. And this defense is going to make them pay. It's going to make them hurt. I'm expecting 5-6 sacks. Eagles -8, that looks pretty free for me. Just do a bunch of QB sneaks. That's all you got to do.
Push.
Just keep pushing.
Anybody else on that game?
Me. I agree with Andy. I'm taking the Eagles there because even though I don't necessarily love their offense, I think Washington is horrible. Like, they looked completely incompetent last week. Like, the Eagles don't, like, sorry, Tony, but, like, their offense isn't, like, too wow to me yet. But I think Washington is just as bad, and I can definitely see this game finishing kind of like a 21-7 or something like that. So, like, definitely, like, I like Eagles -8 in that spot. It's going to be a very low-scoring game. So
you would take the under?
Yeah, definitely.
What do you mean they don't have a wow factor? They have a Kelsey and a Swift, sir.
Oh my God! Come on,
bro. What do you mean there's no wow
man?
factor?
But like,
I think,
and look, this is the best part too. We already know because the Eagles put out that little Christmas album. Jason Kelsey can sing.
They're putting out another new one this year too. Second one.
Bangers.
I'm telling you, man. Look,
Lane Johnson, underrated vocalist.
It's pretty wild.
Yo, Lane Johnson is still in the league.
Yeah, Mylata can sing too, really well. Anybody else on the Eagles? Got 2 people. No. All right. Let's move.
You're not on the Eagles, but what you think though? What you think?
And I like the Eagles side of it, but NFC East matchups, you'll never. I really won't bet these games, man, because I have no idea how they'll go.
I feel you.
You got a point.
It's a home game.
Yeah,
it's a home game.
Yeah, we're at home.
Okay. Who is up? Tony or Ray? Tony's up.
Yeah. I'll take. Let's do the opposite of what everybody else just did, and I appreciate that. That boy Alvin Kamara is on first day out mode. You know, he's got T Grizzly locked in. He's ready to go. That game last week, if anybody at all anywhere could have gave Jameis Winston a short yardage down and distance to work with, they might have actually came out with victory. Instead, they scored no points in 2 quarters, which Ray, you have to answer for because
I
lost so much money.
Look, let me tell you something, damn it, because I already think, oh my God, they got the big screen on me. Look, I lost a lot of money on that game too. Number one, I don't want to hear that.
Me too.
Second of all, I am sitting here with a butthole that you cannot fit a hydrogen molecule through, and everything that I'm like, bro, every single thing that happens. Motherfuckers are texting Raymond, Ray, Sean, Ray, Tony's. Oh my God, bro, Major wherever he's at, F you dog. Like he's like Rick, cry, Ray. I'm like, bro, like I just lost my damn quarterback. I don't know what's happening. I haven't like.
Hey, you got Jay Boo though. That's my guy.
Huh?
Alejandro, clip it. I don't know where you are, Alejandro, but clip it.
How many? 5 drives and 5 punts, and we missed a field. Don't talk to me about the crab guy.
That's what happened.
Damn it!
Hey, he had the drive. He just didn't execute.
Look,
I toss to Michael Thomas was criminal. Don't you play this with me?
I swear to God, if you guys would have made that field goal, you would be fucking saying, "Oh, Jameis led us to the win. He led the drive. This and this and that."
You fucking right, I would, but that's not the case.
Exactly my point. Exactly my point.
Look, and to Sebastian's point, I think you give Jameis a little more time to prepare against the Bucs defense. It's going to look a little bit better, not too much, because that guy's not great. It's not great, but it's going to be better than what we saw against
play
the Jets.
for the Bucs?
Yeah, he did. And
Yeah,
it's another reason why. But more importantly, Jameis should be working with short down and distance pretty much the entire game. Hopefully, Alvin Kamara has a bunch of bursts. He'll be the freshest running back coming into the league right now. Everybody's hurt, injured, or can't figure out how to move 3 yards down the field. Sean, I think you have Derrick Henry in fantasy, right? Yeah. So you're used to it.
He's on the trade block.
Okay. So look, I mean, 2 weeks ago. You could have. He probably would have got something.
I mean, I will say this, like. Look,
Alvin Kamara comes back strong, -3.
Yes, take it. Sorry to interrupt you, Tony. I will say this much: after watching everything, like, and Sean, it's like I said the last time. It's like, yeah, you throw Jameis in there, and it doesn't matter because their line's fucking trash. So to Tony's point, like he talks about, you do have to get this ball out quicker. They have to. They're asking Derek Carr and they're asking Jameis to hold the ball way too long. I think Kamara helps with that. I think if you figure out a way to get the ball out, and kind of, protect Jameis and not necessarily uncork him, but tell him, like, hey, look, if you see it downfield, take it. We're not going to be mad at you. Also, the last time Jameis played the Bucs, they tore his ACL. So.
Damn, I forgot about that. You're right.
So, I see it, Ray. I see it. So he'll tear his ACL, and then Taysom Hill will be quarterback, and you'll win the game.
All right, bro. Come on, man. That's the Jets' next quarterback. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yo, who drafted Jameis Wilson? Was it the Bucs?
Yeah,
the Bucs did.
Yeah,
out of FSU.
This is like a super revenge
stayed in
game,
Florida.
Yo. I love the Saints. This is Bet the House Special 2.0, yo. I love it.
Is that one of your picks?
It's not. Pick number 6, though. Pick 6. Get it?
Honorable mention.
Right on time for Jameis. Ray, go ahead. Your next one.
I'll save my spin the rent special for last. Instead, I'm gonna go with Bengals -2.5 at the Titans. Look,
wow.
I get it. Like, I know what I said last week about Aaron Donald chasing the Bengals or chasing Joe Burrow around, but they did a smart enough job doing exactly what we talked about. They get the ball out quick. They do their best to protect him. They kept him in shotgun the entire time. He's gonna have, a couple more days of treatment, a couple more days to get it back. Might not be as stiff. You might be able to move around a little bit more. Might have a couple more options. And again, until the Titans just bite the bullet and say, all right, even if you don't pick Levis, pick the other kid. I don't care what you do. But take Tannehill, yeet him off to the side, start running the ball 1,000, and whatever happens afterwards, happens afterwards. But Tannehill as their starting QB, they're not going to do anything worth anything, and I'm not impressed with their defense at all, like by any stretch. So, yeah.
Anyone else on that Bengals and Titans game?
Yeah, it was me, but did we not already hit that? I thought we hit that already.
I don't think so, because I got it too.
Okay, yeah, I'm there. Bengals -2.5 now. I have one more pick after this. That's why I was confused. But, yeah, Bengals -2.5. I'm there too.
I just am not impressed with the Titans at all. Like that looks like they're competing to get Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams' his name? Is it Caleb Williams?
That's
the USC kid. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that's what they're doing low key. Derrick Henry does not look amazing anymore. DeAndre Hopkins does not look good. I'm glad I didn't draft him. I was this close to. Nothing impressive about it, and I need Bengals to start winning because I have a parlay with their name on it. So I need them to win. So yeah. -2.5.
So, okay. Tony, I got you already down for 5.
Yeah, that's what's strange. So I have
Vikings, Rams, Saints, Bengals, Jags.
Let me just scroll through it. So Jags, Vikings, Bengals, Saints,
Rams.
And Rams.
I thought Tony was the team that didn't trust the California teams.
Yeah. Rams. Is that 5 though? 1, 2.
Vikings, Rams, Saints, Bengals, Jags.
Oh, Bettor Edge is screwed up here. It let me pick 6. I have 6 things here. All right, we'll cut it there.
We'll check in a second. All right. Let's keep it moving, though. Let's go. Let's keep it pushing. Ray, you've got 4 already, so let's go to Sebastian, who's only got 3, and then we'll swing it back the other way.
I like the Chargers minus 5.5 at home. Chargers really haven't showed much, but like Vegas, what the fuck do they got going on there? Like, and I saw today that Jimmy is on track to play on Sunday. I think they'd be better off playing without Jimmy. So, like, how many picks did he throw on Sunday? Was it like 2, 3?
Too many.
Yeah, exactly. I know Mike Williams is out, but I still feel that they have enough like weapons in offense to like kind of like score some points. And I think like 5.5 points is like more than enough because I can definitely see that game by 7. So by like 7 or even 6. So yeah,
maybe even 8.
9, 10.
Sure. Let's go back. Ray, this would be your last one.
Oh, I also
sorry.
have Chargers minus 5.5. I think that if they've shown us one thing, they've shown us they can know how to score the ball. Maybe they don't know how to defend it very well, but the Raiders don't know how to score it. Josh Jacobs kind of slow. Devontae Adams about to get traded in a couple weeks.
Probably.
That's a shit show over there, bro. I'm sorry, Raider Nation. You know, I got some love for y'all, but Chargers minus 5.5, easy money.
Anybody else? All right, Ray, sorry, go ahead.
All right. This is my spin the rent, of course.
Hey!
Once a week. It's like clockwork, man. It's like a certain franchise. Never mind. All right. All right. So I don't own my house. I rent. So we spend the rent around these parts. And there is a certain franchise in the NFC North that is going to avenge my team's loss, and it just so happens to be the NFC North's New Orleans Saints. You see, Lions minus 1.5. Look, I get it. It was like cool. We don't know how to do jack shit on offense right now. That's perfectly fine. You know who does? Yeah, the Lions. Also, David Bakhtiari is not playing again. What's his face is questionable. The running back. Help me out here.
Aaron Jones.
Yes, thank you. Aaron Jones is questionable. If he does play, I imagine with the hamstring injury that he's probably going to be on some type of snap count. Jair Alexander is also questionable. So that's the Lions division to lose outright. So you go, and I believe this game is in Green Bay. So you go into Green Bay, you put your foot in their ass, you tell them, hey, he's not here anymore. They don't own you. We do. And you handle business. And that's like, I think at the beginning of the season, they had their market like 9.5 wins. Vegas did. And I just kind of stared at it because I was like, there's nobody in that division that is good enough to beat them. Like, okay, whatever, fine. Yeah. So Lions avenge my Saints. Dan Campbell avenged the Saints. It almost did it again. But yeah.
Anybody else on that game? Lions and Packers? I'm still on the wagon. The Packers are frauds. Regardless of what happened last week, the Packers are still frauds. They are who I thought they were.
That's right.
All right. So Ray is done. Tony is done. Let me go because I only have 3 out there, and then we can swing it back around. I'm afraid to tell you what one of mine is, so I'm going to go with this one. Giants minus 1.5. Monday Night Football. Home against the Seahawks. Coming from the West Coast. I don't think the Seahawks are very good. I think the Giants got to start rallying a little bit. They haven't looked good, but I think they get it together on Monday Night Football and get a home win. Small spread to cover. Giants minus 1.5. Nobody's going to be on that game, are they?
I'm not on it, but I was looking at it, and I love the other side because I don't think much of the Giants. That's just me.
If that 1.5 was there and I had like a little fairy in my ear telling me, "Hey, Saquon is playing." Like I would be like, "Yeah, 100%." But I just watched somebody spend 35 fab points for Matt Breida, and we all saw how that shit worked out. So no, thank you.
He scored though.
Yeah, and he had 9 points.
He
9.
scored, though.
9.
Andy,
More than
I know
just
what you're
Kelly. I can tell you by experience. For my last pick, I was gonna avoid this game. I don't like to gamble on these type of games, but I have to talk about them. Miami Dolphins +3, baby. Yo, we just won by 50. Que falta de respeto esta serie. +3. Who have the Bills gone against the Raiders? Who was it they just mollywopped this weekend? The Commanders? And they lost to the Jets. Well, what are we doing here, bro? They've gone against 3 ass teams. They blew out 2 like they're supposed to. It's not snowing. It's Florida weather over there right now, bro. It's 74 degrees Fahrenheit on kickoff. This is the game, bro. It's gonna make me cry, bro. Once we whoop them by, I'm talking 14 points. We got Josh Allen throwing 2 or 3 picks. The running game not doing nothing. James Cook is not Dalvin Cook Jr. He's Dalvin Cook's brother. It's not the same thing. I'm not worried about the cornerbacks. Trey White gonna look like trash. Xavier Howard gonna get a pick. Jalen Phillips gonna get some sacks. This is gonna be a beautiful Sunday. Every Sunday for a Miami resident is a beautiful Sunday because we live in Miami and because we get the Dolphins. Dolphins +3, baby.
That's fair.
Anybody else?
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it was coming. Come on, John. Give it to me.
I'm playing game theory here. I think there's going to be a lot of Miami people in the competition. I think a lot of people are going to be taking the Dolphins +3 after a 70-point game, and I'm going to go Bills -3. I'll be happily wrong and go 4-1, but I'm going to go Bills -3 at home.
I like
Where's
that
our
strategy.
sound?
I like that
Where's our
strategy
sound
a
effects?
lot.
Where's our board? We need our board. We need explosions.
Yeah, we need that.
No, I got you. Yeah, there you go. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm really worried about this game, though. Like, I had to be cocky for the camera, but I'm really worried about this game.
I had to be cocky for the camera, he says.
I had to be, yo. Like,
Okay,
All right,
so
Sebastian.
for my last pick, this is also going to be a risky pick. I started my 5 with a risky pick. I'm going to end it with a risky pick too. I am taking the Arizona Cardinals +14.
No, ballsy.
Yes.
I knew it.
Here's my thing. They just faced a similar defense, and they beat them. I'm not sure what exactly happened there, but they faced a similar defense and they beat them. Out of the 2 games they've lost, the most points they've lost has been by 4 points. So, being that said, I think -14 is a pretty solid line to bet because, like, I know it's only been 3 games. I'm not overreacting. I'm not like talking in absolutes there, like, oh, they're like anything, but like I think the +14 is an interesting line. That's all I'm gonna say. And beating the Cowboys last week in the way they did, facing, as I said, like a similar defense, they kind of like know how to like scheme, kind of, I guess. And the game that they've had close games, like 3 games have been close games. So if the 49ers win by 10 points, like, media's going to say, hey, they won by double digits. But at the same time, they didn't cover the fucking spread. So there you go.
Yeah. It's a tempting line, bro. It's tempting.
They're definitely 3-0 against the spread. I mean, they lost by 4 at Washington, lost by 3 against the Giants, won the 3rd game against the Cowboys.
That play, like I was scrolling through, that play messed up so many people from going 5-1 or 5-0, man.
I saw like a tweet or something. I think it was a tweet, yeah, that like someone said like, hey, like a line maker texted me, 0 parlays hit, like 0 big leg parlays hit simply because of that game. Like everybody had like Cowboys spread or the fucking money line. So that was a huge fucking loss for Vegas.
them and the Jaguars. No, it was a huge
Yeah.
win for Vegas. It
Yeah.
killed all the
Huge win.
finals.
I mean, yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah,
I had the Jaguars in a
just scored
teaser.
on Charlie.
I tailed one of your teasers, Sean, and I had the fucking Jaguars.
Hopefully you teased the rest of the plays. I made a fucking shit ton of money on Sunday. But
That was my
Giggity.
only teaser.
I got my ass kicked today in baseball. All right, so we all got 5. Make sure you guys join the competition. $10, 5 picks. You can pick ours. Some people have pointed out things in the chat. Evan's been putting some posts in there. I appreciate you guys, Evan, jumping in here. Dolphins Bills is at 2.5 on DraftKings. You can get 3 if you're going for the Dolphins. You're getting a much better value there. If I'm taking the Bills, I would rather have 2.5, obviously. But on Bettor Edge, you can make your own line too. So you can set that at minus 2.5 even money and try to get somebody to go out there and get it. Throw out a 7.5 on something, or if you think a team that's a 3-point favorite is going to win by 14, put it at 13.5 plus 250 and see if somebody wants the other side of it. So that's the big advantage you can do on Bettor Edge.
You fucking me with the Sims? What you doing?
I know. Yeah, you always got confidence in what's going on. Let me throw out one question tonight since we've been kind of running late a little bit. We're already at 40 minutes. The big favorites this week: Chiefs are minus 9.5. Niners are minus 14. Eagles are minus 8. I'll throw Cowboys in there, minus 6.5. Which one is the most likely to lose? If any of them lose, which is the most one? Who would you put on upset alert out of those
Outright
4 teams?
or spread?
Outright, not spread. Cowboys, Eagles, 49ers, and Chiefs. One word answer.
Bullshit reason, Chiefs. Too much shit going on last week. Swift, all that nonsense.
Who are the Cowboys playing this week?
Cowboys are playing
New
the
England.
Patriots.
There you go.
Don't bet against Patriots defense,
I
my man.
like that one. I think that's an upset they're waiting to happen.
Yeah. I would say that or the Commanders are the two. I just don't think 49ers or the Chiefs will lose.
That was my 6th play, by the way. The RJ Hampton acquired after the trade deadline play. That was my 6th
Shut
one.
up! What did you
So,
shut up? Don't talk about nothing.
I had to get it in, baby.
What I will get fixed is the Giants game on Monday Night Football wasn't on there. When they added that, it allowed an extra play. And so what I'll get them to do tomorrow morning or tonight is to get rid of that 6th play. So it'll be 5 picks just like normal. All right, guys. Thank you for coming in, joining us tonight. We had 5-10 people in here, and I think Andy wants to add something.
Yo, it has nothing to do with this, but it's been 4 weeks. We haven't talked about the Canes 4-0. It's our year. That's it. That's all I want to say.
I was at the Canes game on Saturday. There were more Canes fans than Temple fans. The weather was shitty, but the Canes looked really good.
Bro. Cero, yo no esperaba eso, serio. What happened to the Caribbean connection, people?
Brother, mala mía. FSU de toda la vida. Bro.
Nah.
FSU, been an FSU fan all my life. My dad graduated there in '86. I've been a fan since I was born.
You've been suffering since you were born. Wow, bro. That's crazy.
Nah, I got to see a national championship.
And I got
Jameis Winston. Ray's going to get to see that greatness.
Hey, I
next
got to meet Jameis Winston.
Yo, I met Eric Reed
I am
today?
going to take so much spaghetti and break it in half in front of your face, Tony.
That is where we're closing it out. Break your spaghetti. Join the competition on Bettor Edge.